everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to evaluate another writing task to essay, and the question is, some people think everyone should be vegetarian because we do not need to eat meat to have a healthy diet. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now, before we start checking this essay, let's quickly understand the format of this type of questions. This is a to what extent do you agree or disagree essay. So the structure should be very clear and opinion based. In introduction, paraphrase the question, clearly state your position whether you agree, disagree or partially agree. Your opinion must be direct and specific. In body paragraph 1, present your first main reason supporting your opinion. Explain it properly and give a relevant example. In body paragraph 2, present your second strong reason. Again, explain it logically. Support it with an example or explanation. To conclude your essay, restate your opinion clearly and summarize your main ideas. And do not introduce any new ideas here. Now, one important tip. In this type of essay, you must maintain consistency. If you say I completely agree, then all body paragraphs must support agreement. And if you say I completely disagree, then all body paragraphs must support disagreement. Do not suddenly start balanced in one paragraph unless you clearly state that you partially agree. That's the expected structure for a band 7+ response. Now let's begin the evaluation. The student writes, it is often argued by some individuals. Some is followed by plural countable noun. That everyone should be vegetarian only. Only usually comes before the word and phrase it limits. So it should only be vegetarian. Because we have sufficient foods. Food is generally uncountable. So sufficient food from nature. So we do not need to eat meat to have a healthy diet. In my opinion, I completely disagree. Here the student has used two opinion phrases together, which makes the sentence slightly redundant. So one opinion marker is enough. I completely disagree with this view because of the different beliefs and their own choices. Well, this sentence is not clearly structured. It can be personal choices or it can be dietary habits are influenced by cultural beliefs as well as personal choices. Although his introduction is grammatically correct now, but it can be improved for better clarity and a more academic tone. For example, it is often argued that everyone should adopt a vegetarian diet since plant-based foods are sufficient to maintain good health. I completely disagree with this view because dietary habits are influenced by cultural beliefs as well as personal choices. One major reason why I disagree with this view is that every individual has different perspectives according to their religion or beliefs. This is because most vegetarian families belong to Hinduism, where killing and eating meat is restricted. However, people from South and Northeast India have different viewpoint. They believe it is part of their diet and also they give it to God before eating. For instance, Brahmin from Central India pray animal as God, while the Brahmin from Kashmir ate that as part of diet. Apart from grammar, there is also a development issue. Saying most vegetarian families belong to Hinduism is an overgeneralization and factually risky. Instead of making a broad claim, it is safer to generalize carefully. We can improve it like this. One major reason why I disagree with this view is that every individual has different perspectives shaped by their religious beliefs and societal norms. This is because in certain religions, such as Hinduism, the consumption of meat is restricted due to religious teachings. However, people from South and North East India have different viewpoints. They believe that meat is part of their traditional diet, and some communities even offer it to God before consuming it. For instance, some Brahmin communities in central India worship certain animals as sacred, whereas Brahmins from Kashmir include meat as part of their traditional diet. The idea of student is relevant, however, the paragraph relies heavily on examples. A stronger structure would be reason, explanation, and example. One major reason why I disagree with this view is that every individual has different perspectives shaped by their religious beliefs and societal norms. Religious teachings often influence what is considered acceptable or unacceptable to eat. As a result, dietary habits vary across communities. For instance, some Brahmin communities in central India avoid meat, whereas others in Kashmir include it in their traditional diet. Now, the logic is clear, balanced, and well developed. Now let's move to second paragraph. Another important factor supporting this opinion is the people, choices, and diet. It should be my opinion. People's choice. You can improve it like this. Another important factor supporting my opinion is an individual's freedom to choose their diet. Everyone has their own choice to what they want to eat, and it's their freedom. Better it can be, everyone has the right to decide what they want to eat without interference. Also, many individuals consume meat because it's easy to complete their diet and intake of essential nutrients and minerals. To complete their diet sounds unnatural. Better, many individuals consume meat because it is an easier way to meet their daily requirements of essential nutrients and minerals. A clear example of this can be seen in gym person who gym goers who require high amount of protein, a high amount of protein and essential nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin B12. So it is easy for them to get this at an affordable price compared to vegetarian food. Thus it is evident that we need to eat meat for the healthy diet. Okay, avoid phrases like we need to eat. Okay, thus it is evident meat can be significant in maintaining a healthy diet for some people. Now let's look at the conclusion written by the student. In conclusion, although vegetarian's diet has some benefits, I strongly disagree because to achieve the requirement of healthy diet, individuals need to eat meat and have in their diet, especially for the essential nutrients. Okay, so here the student is trying to say that a vegetarian diet has some benefits, but it should not be followed by everyone just to achieve a healthy diet. The idea is understandable, but the sentence has several problems. Firstly, it should be vegetarian diet. Secondly, although cannot end a sentence. Third, requirement of healthy diet. The requirement of a healthy diet. So the corrected version could be, in conclusion, although a vegetarian diet has some benefits, comma, I strongly disagree that everyone should only consume it just to meet the requirements of a healthy diet. Here the sentence should end. Next, every individual needs to eat meat and have in their diet. So it is not very natural. A better verb would be include. This improved version is grammatically clearer and more natural. Alright everyone, that's it for today's evaluation. As you can see, even a well-written essay can lose marks because of small issues with clarity, repetition, or task response. If you are interested in a professional in-depth assessment of your writing, you can book my evaluation service through the Telegram link in the description. Until next time, keep practicing and keep improving. Take care and bye-bye.